What's up, everybody? I'm Creepyhorseman. This is sort of the Creep Show. Welcome to Creepyhorseman Rides channel. I'm going to be taking this bike, the Aventon Adventure 2, on this trail. It's the Rock Island Trail. Super cool rail trail. I think it's about 12 miles down, 12 miles back. I'm going to start here, and by here, I do mean Crane Brewing. I do want to give a big shout out to these folks for letting everybody park in their parking lot at all times of the day and night to ride this trail. They're really cool about it. I have eaten in here a few times, super good. I've had lunch a few times. They have all sorts of adult beverages, sodas, whatever you want. And no, I'm not affiliated with this establishment whatsoever. I just think it's really cool that they allow people to park here and do this ride. So check them out. I'm actually going to put a link to their website in the description. Okay, so here's how I'm going to do this. I'm going to be doing this trail in real time. I'm not going to just show the highlights of the trail. I'm going to be showing you every bit of it from start to finish. That way you can make a good calculation of whether or not you even want to do this trail. I'm going to show you the good, the bad, and the ugly. There's not a lot of ugly here. It's actually really cool, but yeah, so real time. Let's get this started. Let's hit the trail. All right, I was the first one here today. Got someone just pulled in. I just did this trail yesterday with Creepy Horse Wife and my buddy Mark. So today we're gonna do the recording and see how it is. Morning. There are a few spots like this where you do have to kind of look for cars. So as you can see, this is a crushed gravel path. It is so smooth. It's not like I thought it was going to be the first time I rode on it. When you read about it, you hear crushed gravel, and I kind of think gravel road. Well, it's nothing like that. It's super smooth. Smooth as concrete, in my opinion. Ooh, it's a little brisk. Oh yeah, I need to start my watch too. My workout. Get this thing started here. Outdoor cycle, there we go. All right. Yeah, it's like 60 degrees this morning. It's also 8:30 in the morning. So, and it's a weekday, so the trail shouldn't be too populated. Yesterday it was very thick with people. It was good to see. There was a lot of people out walking, running, biking, a lot of families out. So yesterday was Sunday, so I'm here a little early and it's a weekday. I might have this whole thing to myself, except for those people we just passed. We won't count those. Also, we're gonna see how friendly people are. I'm gonna try to remember to say good morning to everybody we pass and see if they say it back. So somebody keep a tally for me. There's the old railroad track there. Well, I don't know if I caught that on time, but where these trees are growing, that's where the rails are. To my understanding, this path was the service road. I think a lot of railroad tracks have service roads, so they can get to them to check them out or do repairs or whatever they may need to do. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. Google it. Have just over 1,000 miles here on the bike, 1,089. Our goal is to get to 2,000 this year. There's no reason we shouldn't be able to do that. And when I say our, my buddy, he's just about 150 miles behind me. and he wants to get to 2,000 miles this year as well. This is the only part of the trail that isn't flat for the most part. The train went up there, but for the trail to continue, it had to go down this hill, across this really cool bridge. But for the most part, this trail is extremely flat. Not a lot of turns. How cool is this bridge? But yeah, if you're looking for a trail that has hills and turns and that, this isn't going to be the one for you. If you want one that's very consistently flat, except for this part right here, this will be the trail for you. There will be no excessive shifting or cardio spikes where you're having to pedal hard and then you're coasting down a hill. This one, it's a pretty consistent pedal. Morning. That guy was super nice. Oh, and there are bathrooms on the route, the porta potties on your left. There's not a lot of them, but there's enough. All right, got another area here. Gotta slow down, look both ways so we don't get taken out. On your left. Thank you. So what I like to do, I'm obviously riding an e-bike. It's an event and adventure too. What I like to do is I stay in eco mode, which is the minimal assistance this bike will give you. It is an 80-pound bike. You can do it without eco, but you're not going to do it for very long. It's a big heavy bike. So if you roll an eco with the size and weight of this thing, it kind of feels like almost an analog bike. That's my theory anyway. It does have touring, sport, and turbo. Obviously each one of those goes up in the amount of assist the motor gives you. I'm actually finding I wish I could find something between eco and nothing. Eco seems to be a little too much for me these days. I've been doing a lot of cardio at the gym for the last 9 months, and it doesn't seem to get my heart rate up that good anymore in eco. But not having it on, you don't go too far and you're done. And I like to go distance. So the way I see it, leave an eco and just go far. Get that exercise in. And that's kind of one of the big reasons I got the bike too, is I want to go far. I don't want to take 5-mile rides and be done. I want to go the distance. Morning. Yeah, I want to go to the distance, just like cake. This is a short one. I think the total on this is going to be 24 miles, I think, to the end and back. Or it's not really the end, to where I'm going to end it. My access point and turnaround point will be about 12 miles each way. We typically like to do about 30 to 35 miles. We have a few trails that'll do that. We have one that is about 42 miles, and we get back with less than 10% on our batteries. It's kind of it's a little risky doing that one, but it's fun to do. It's basically from Olathe, the middle of Olathe, actually kind of southern Olathe, all the way to the Kansas River. I'll do a video of that one as well here in the future. Didn't say good morning, but we nodded. Everybody's been pretty friendly this morning. 78 hours on the bike. rolling at about 15 miles per hour. I don't know if that's showing up on the camera or not. It should be. Yeah, I would imagine that is. Am I still recording? Good. Good. It's always good when your GoPro's still recording. Otherwise, I'm just talking to myself. I guess I'm still talking to myself, aren't I? Don't answer yourself. If you answer your own questions, I think that's a sign of insanity. So I'm not going to answer myself. But, hey, if you've made it this far into the video, into the ride, drop me a comment saying, hey, Creepy, I'm still here. Also, if you haven't subscribed to this channel and you want to see more of these trails in the Kansas City area and maybe outside of the Kansas City area at some point, yeah, hit that subscribe button. Maybe even give it a thumbs up as well, folks, if you don't mind. That would be really cool. It always helps out. For those of you that are new to this channel, or me in general, I'm actually a full-time content creator, streamer. I play video games. People come in, we hang out, have a good time. That's my main thing I do. I bought this e-bike a little over a year ago, just wanting to get some exercise, get out and have some fun with friends and the wife. And I thought that'd be kind of fun to stream live from the bike or just shoot videos and post them. So I've been doing that. Channel just got started late last year. The goal is 1,000 subscribers right now, and I think I'm probably at around 600 or something right now. So I got a long way to go. But yeah, 1,000 subscribers on this channel would be sweet. They do really good work with the maintenance here on the trail too. If it gets washed out from rain, they come right out. I think it's a bunch of elves or something. They just come out of these trees and they fix up the trail. I'm not sure how it works, but they're really good about it. And some of it, as you can see, we're going from crushed gravel to concrete. Somebody was asking me the other day why they do this. I don't know. I would guess that this area right here is probably just notorious for water washout. I mean, there's a big ditch over here full of water right now. I'm assuming this just gets so washed out it wasn't worth the maintenance, so they just poured concrete there. That would be my guess. All these spots that have that. Morning. Good people. This is one of my favorite areas. There's multiple areas like this on this trail where it's just encompassed by trees that are kind of overhanging the trail. Super good for people like me that try to stay out of the sun's death rays as much as possible too. It's really good death ray cover. The majority of the trails like that, actually. It's super shady. Shady in a good way. Morning. Shady in a good way, not a bad way. And that Crane Brewery that I started at back there, you don't have to start there. There's another start point if you want to go to the stadiums, the Chiefs and the Royal Stadium. I started there, I think 3 times I've done this trail. Prior to this one, I've started there. The only thing I don't like about starting there is there's almost never people starting there with you. So you're the only car in the parking lot. There's nothing around it. And I'm not trying to get my car broken into or stolen. So once we figured out you could park at the Crane Brewery, they're so gracious to allow that, I figured it'd be a lot safer to park there. Not trying to come back to a a missing car or having a window busted out. So it does knock I think about 4 or 5 miles off the length of the trail. So if you did want to add to the trail, you probably get a full 30 miles out of it if you start at the stadiums. In fact, when I take this trail back, I'm probably going to make that a separate video, and depending on how I feel, I might actually go to the stadiums and then ride back to the Crane Brewery. Right over here is where that's where they get the rock, the crushed gravel, and everything for the trail. It's where all their machinery is, their loader, and all that to maintain the trails. I did talk to a couple of the service guys last year. That's where they do all of that. Be real careful there. There's doing some maintenance there. I think they're doing a water line work or something. That's what it looks like to me. Passing over 350 highway right here. For those of you that are savvy with this area. I'm not from this area at all. We're basically, I think we're in Raytown. I think that's what the Crane Brewery, I think that's where that's at. And we're gonna end up in Lee Summit. I don't have my mirrors on and I can't tell if anybody's behind me. Normally, when the trail's pretty wide open like this, I'll go a little bit faster than I normally do if there are people on it. I shouldn't have anybody passing me. I'm averaging about 15 miles per hour. It's unlikely somebody's gonna pass me, but and if they do, hey, it's on, man. We're gonna race. I'll take them out. I'll switch straight up the turbo, kick my horse legs into gear. Shoot. I'll throw a rooster tail off the back of this bike. Or wait, it'd be a horse tail. Yeah, I'll throw a horse tail off it. Okay, I don't know where I'm going with all this, but I need to stop. It's not funny. Some more of that. Maybe that's gas pipe stuff. I don't know. Yeah, I can't read it. Went by way too fast. Zoomed by that thing. Couldn't even read it. All right, we have another road crossing up here. Then we go back under the cover of nature. Just a short amount of death rays. Also, going back a little bit to what I was saying earlier about I'm a streamer. You can find me on Facebook Gaming. Look up Creepyhorseman. I'm also on Twitch, Creepyhorseman. Obviously YouTube, on this channel, Creepyhorseman Rides. And then I have my gaming channel as well, Creepyhorseman. And I'm on all the platforms, Instagram, all those things. So the TikTok machine, to use that. Yeah, I'm everywhere. Oh, there's a deer down there. You guys can't see it, but she was eating some leaves. Sorry, I was just that person that pointed something out that nobody else can see, but I got excited. It was a deer. Oh, how terrible would it be if one jumped out right in front of me? It'd be catastrophic. Might skin my knee or something. Nobody wants that. I do wish I could go live on this trail, but there's two big problems. One is I don't stay in 5G here. It drops down to LTE for probably 80% of the ride, so it's just terrible. And then, spoiler alert, there's an amazing tunnel right up here. that the train used to go through. I think they just paved it really nice a few years back so we could get through it easier. I never went through there before it was paved, but I've seen pictures and saw other videos of people doing it, and I guess it wasn't too friendly. Wasn't such a friendly path, but now it is, and it's super cool. But anyway, when I go through that tunnel, I lose all service. Doesn't matter if I have 5G or not, and then I lose the stream, and it's just a big pain. So this is not a live stream trail. Probably never will be. And speak of the tunnel, there it is. Look at this thing. The problem is, this video is definitely not going to do this thing justice. It is so big. Yeah, that's just cool. Ooh, man, it is 15 degrees, if not 20 degrees cooler in here. Holy. Woo. I don't know about you guys, but when I ride, even when I ride motorcycles, my left hand gets super numb. All I gotta do is take it off the bars for about 20 seconds and it goes away. I even have a handlebar riser on this, so I'm not putting so much weight on my hands. I don't know what that is. It's been doing it for 20 years. Riding motorcycles, same thing. I don't know what it is. Have a defective body. What can I say? Speaking of defective bodies, we're heading in the summer. Wear sunscreen, people. 13 surgeries, 45 biopsies, give or take a few on that. That sun, it'll get you. Had melanoma, and then lots of basal cell carcinoma. So wear your sunscreen, folks. It's no joke. I'm lucky to be here. Heck, it's what, 8:45, 9 o'clock in the morning, I'm guessing, and I'm caked with it. The UV's probably at 1 right now. I don't even care. When I get back, the UV will probably be at a 3, which can start to do some damage. So yeah, I've got it caked on right now. I take no chances. All right, we're gonna go around here real quick. On your left. Morning. A bunch of nice folks out here in the Raytown / Lee Summit area. Morning.
20 minutes, 23 seconds, split speed, 14.7 miles per hour.
14.7 is the average. Done about 5 miles so far. Not quite halfway there. Yeah, they don't mess around with this trail. I mean, look at this bridge. This bridge is better than a lot of the bridges I ride over in my vehicle in the state of Missouri. That's a bridge for bicycles and walkers, and it's in better condition than the bridges we drive on with our cars. What's that all about? Yeah, 5.2 miles. Heartbeat's about 108. I remember when I first got this bike last year, our first 4 or 5 rides, if I was going at this pace, my heart rate would have been 140. I was struggling, but I've lost about 30 pounds since then. I've been doing a lot of cardio, back in the gym for about 9 months. So now it's harder to get my heart rate up. I gotta really hoof it, but I can't go any faster. That's what I was saying earlier about, I feel like eco is almost too helpful now for me. but without it, you can't go very far. So I figure a nice steady pace is good. This will be a 2-hour ride, staying at 108 heartbeats a minute. That's good for the old heart. Not really that fat burning zone you want to be in if you're trying to burn a little fat, but you're still going to lose some fat. You'll burn away some of it. Another really cool canopied part of the trail. Looks so cool. I hope the video's doing it justice. I really do, because I do highly recommend this trail. What kind of bike is that? That's a little tiny commuter. Morning. Hey, he's got a, look like one of those fold-up bikes. I don't know what brand that was. But. All right, the bridge we're coming up to now is brand new. We went over it yesterday for the first time since it got built. Last year when we came through here, there was nothing going over this road. It was just an empty crevice. Crevice? There was no bridge there, that's what I'm trying to say. But this trail, the people that do this, they accommodated everybody by making a big step down over here. You're not gonna be able to see it, but and then it goes across the road, and then you step back up to the other side. Morning. But as you can see, brand new bridge here, going over whatever road this is. The road's closed still. They're still working on the road, but man, that's where it used to come up right there. But yet again, how cool this trail is. You know, county run, state run, I don't know, I'm assuming it's a state run trail, but how cool of whoever's in charge of the trail to make sure that bikers and walkers could still get across there without that bridge being there. Some of these other trails I ride on over on the Kansas side, there's massive construction going, and I get it. It's way bigger than that. That little bridge right there, you know, a little easier to get around than the stuff in Kansas, but dang, the ones in Kansas, it seems like they're all under construction right now. Massive construction due to things they're doing on highways and stuff around or above them, and I get it, but they don't really give you much of an option to go around. It basically just says you're done right here, and I don't see those getting done before. They may get done by the end of fall. So our favorite trails on the Kansas side, we have to figure out ways around them. It's not always safe. Sometimes you're out on the road with the cars, and I hate that. Morning. Yeah, I absolutely hate riding out with the cars. Nobody's paying attention. That's why I sold my motorcycle. Nobody pays attention anymore. 20 years ago plus, I used to ride my motorcycle and come home just feeling great. Wind therapy, just loved it. On your left. But this last 10 years, cell phones, people not paying attention to anything anymore. You go out for a ride on your motorcycle, you come back, I'm stressed out. It's just, anxiety's up, and it's gotten to the point where the juice isn't worth the squeeze. The amount of fun I'm having isn't greater than the amount of stress I'm getting. It was about equal, so I sold it a few months after I bought this. It's actually how I paid for this. Sold the motorcycle and bought an e-bike. So I'm still getting out, getting my knees in the breeze, if you will. Still getting that wind therapy, but it's just at a much slower rate and what I would consider a much safer rate. But that's part of the maintenance crew right there. I always thought that'd be kind of a cool job since I started riding this last year. You see these maintenance people out, they're just loving life, man. Out here in nature. Sometimes you got to cut a limb down that falls on the trail. You got to just keep it maintained, and seems like it'd be kind of a fun job outside, but this horseman can't work outside anymore. Boo. Shouldn't have worked outside the whole time I did, but well, that was the cards I was dealt. Morning. Okay, that guy had earbuds in. He doesn't count. I don't know what he was listening to, but it seemed really intense. Probably listening to morning. Probably listening to Little House on the Prairie audiobook or something. Those things get pretty intense. You know what? There's quite a few more people than I expected all of a sudden. Gonna be hitting 1,100 miles on the bike today. There's a few spots along the way if you want to pull over and grab a drink or something. We might do that here in a little bit. Got some unsweetened Gold Peak tea. Now I want to hear it. I don't like sweet tea. Stick with my unsweetened. A little bit of caffeine. Tastes good. Hartman Park Trailhead, 0.3 miles. So there are a few other places you can start the trail if you don't want to start back there. There's so many places. If you look up the Rock Island Trail, you'll see all those places. I prefer to start at the brewery. It's the good distance, and I think that place is really cool. My average at 14.7, up to 118 beats a minute. That's actually a fairly good fat burn zone right there. I'm burning off some excess body fat. And trust me, I've got some. I got a ways to go. I think I'm weighing about 217. I want to get down to 199-ish. Somewhere in there. It's a lot harder to do the older you get. Got to work out twice as hard to get half the results. On your left. Thank you. I don't know if you noticed that, but kind of startled him. I was trying to not startle him, but she kind of shrugged her shoulders up like she thought someone was gonna jump on her back and take a piggyback ride. This one's kind of dangerous. Y'all can't see it, but the road curves behind you on both sides, so if a car comes whipping around there, it won't go well. Probably another good time to ask everybody to hit that thumbs up if you could. It's very helpful. Lets the platform know that you're enjoying it. Hopefully you're enjoying it. Yeah, don't hit the thumbs up if you're not enjoying it. That doesn't make any sense, but or do it. I do whatever you want. And also, subscribe to the channel as well. That way you can see future rides, whether they be live or recorded like this one is. I would appreciate it. Also, this would be a really good time to drop a comment. Let me know if you're still with me. What are we? See, 33 minutes into the ride. Are you still with me? Drop it in the chat. Let me know you're still here. Alright. I have a weird little OCD where I try to not put my feet down ever, unless I just absolutely have to. So that was a bit of a close call. Sorry about that sun. I bet it's right in your face, isn't it? Oh, that'd be a good place to take a thumbnail for this ride right there. I'll make a thumbnail out of that spot. Get myself a picture there. I don't know how I'm going to get the picture. I'll have to ask some stranger to do it. That's not weird or anything. The bike is currently at 93% battery life. I love this bike, the Aventon Adventure 2. Solid bike. I think they just released the Aventon Adventure 3 a few weeks ago. And the 2, like this one, is on sale. I think it's like 300 bucks off right now. I don't even know. And no, I'm not affiliated with Aventon. I don't have a link in my bio for you to save 10% or anything like that. I just really like the bike. I have no sponsorship at all with any biking stuff for that matter. I don't. Maybe someday channel gets a little bigger, maybe I'll start getting some cool bikes to review and take on these rides. That'd be awesome. Bike companies, if you're watching this video, feel free to contact me. My buddy has a Ride 1-Up. I forget the model, but it's just like mine. Not just like it. It's a similar style. It's a commuter bike like this. He doesn't have the fat tires. He's got more of the traditional size tires. That bike's awesome. I've ridden it. It's awesome. The assist levels are definitely different. I have 4 levels. He has 5. This first level doesn't even seem to do much. It's like the motor doesn't even kick in. If it does, it's so little you can't even tell. And then as you go up, so does the assist naturally. All right, this is the part of the trail that gets, I don't know, like I said, I don't like going on the roads. You just got to cross a couple here. It's not that big of a deal. On your left.
road.
Car to my left was going to run that red. He wasn't going to stop on red and turn right. He was going to just blow through it. Then he saw a half horse, half man cross his path. Should have seen the size of his eyes, like saucers. I don't read lips very well, but I'm pretty sure he said, "What the?" Where are we at here now? 9.8 miles, no, 9.18 miles. Still about 117 beats a minute. 38 minutes into the ride. Could check Discord real quick, see if anybody's hanging out. I see Barbara in there. Get her done. Good luck. Yeah, I said I was going to go ride this morning. John, have a safe bike ride. Thank you. All right. So I don't know a lot about the segments of this trail. If you read about, if you look up the Rock Island Trail, they'll talk about how it connects to the Katy Trail. I don't know where it connects to the Katy Trail. I've never looked. If you're interested in that trail, never been there, but I do have a desire to take the Katy Trail from Pleasant Hill, Missouri to St. Louis. Yeah, I did say that. Pleasant Hill is just outside of Kansas City. So you're basically riding across the entire state. Takes a lot of planning. I think it's a 3 to 4 day ride for an e-bike. You got to have 2 batteries because you can only do about 40 miles on one of these, 45 if it's flat like this. So you need to do about 80 to 90 miles a day. I'm a little bougie. I'm not going to be sleeping out in a tent. So you got to make sure you're hitting these little towns with the Airbnbs or the little hotels, and they're all tiny little towns. So you got to really plan ahead, reserve those places. But my buddy Mark and I, we have talked about it. Small chance maybe we'll do it this fall, but I don't know yet. I have 2 batteries. He still hasn't gotten his second battery. I also just got a new bag for the bike, for the back there on the rack. Morning. I finally found a bag that'll fit my battery, and the Adventure 2 batteries are, I would guess, one of the biggest batteries on an e-bike I've ever seen. It's pretty long and pretty big. Okay, if you're just tuning in when I said that, that's weird, but the battery is large. The battery is very large. And this bike bag is very accommodating to that. You can open up this little pocket on the back of the bag and slide it straight in, zip it up, or you can drop it in from the top. Either way you want to do it. So I can pull an extra battery along with me, then you got to charge them both up overnight and go again. We figured 3 to 4 days. If we can get there on a Sunday, the wives can bring my vehicle to St. Louis from Kansas City, and we'll just put the bikes on the rack and we all drive home together.
14.1 miles per hour.
All right. We are slowly closing in on the end of this trail. I don't know what's going on over here. It looks like maybe a stone company. There's a lot of bricks, a lot of paving, stone, but it looks pretty abandoned. I don't know. I don't think anybody's gonna be using any of that stuff. It seems like a waste. And this is the end of the trail right here. Southwest Jefferson. This is it. Nobody coming. Yeah, so this is where I end it right here. I'm sure somewhere, it's not going to be that way, that sidewalk ends, but maybe this way. If you go up that way, maybe you can somehow get to that Katy Trail. I don't know. Do some research if you're into that. Thank you all for going on this ride with me. I really appreciate it. I'm gonna wrap it up right here, and I might actually start another video doing the ride back. So once again, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, drop some comments, let me know what you thought about the video, and I will see you next time. Thank you very much. Have a good one, folks.